My dear friends in Ukraine, I hope that you're okay and you're healthy and safe despite the war which is raging in your country. When NABU was established 7 years ago, everybody thought, well, this is just another anti-corruption body in Ukraine which will yield no result. When Mr. Артем Ситник was appointed as director of NABU, there are people who said the same. He does not have any experience in fighting corruption, so we shouldn't be afraid of them. What a terrible mistake. Terrible mistake for all the bad guys in Ukraine, for all of those who think that the time is not ripe yet to fight corruption in Ukraine. NABU has turned into a fearful institution which is fighting high-level corruption in Ukraine without hesitation and with determination that NABU will do its job. And this is the most important achievement of NABU, proving that it is possible to fight corruption in Ukraine too, that nobody is untouchable, that there is no such thing as impunity in Ukraine. Of course, there are obstacles which are put in your way by other law enforcement agencies, by some prosecution services, even by some courts. But you're proving that it is possible and you're doing it. And Mr. Sitnik has to be thanked for that. Despite against all odds, he managed to prove himself as a capable director, as a director who preserved the independence of NABU, and as a director who didn't care about any pressures. He and his deputy, Mr. Giza Uglava, saved NABU from many problems. And that's why it is time that we really have to thank him, both of them, for being there in those crucial first 7 years. Of course, NABU does not stop today. As much as we feel sorry that we see Mr. Sitnik leaving his position of director, NABU will go on. And that's why we have to protect its independence. We have to protect its role in investigating the high-level corruption in the country, especially now when the war will come to an end, hopefully very soon. Because foreign assistance will flood into Ukraine, and there will have to be someone who will be taking care that the money which will be coming in will not be stolen. And that's also a reason why it is extremely important that the new NABU head will be selected through fair and transparent competition. NABU deserves to have the best possible head, as it had it until now.
Створення НАБУ ознаменувало собою розквіт всієї антикорупційної інфраструктури України після Революції Гідності. Саме робота бюро показала, що незалежність та доброчесність інституції обов'язково призведе до високої ефективності у боротьбі з корупцією. Антикорупційна ініціатива ЄС тісно співпрацює НАБУ з 2017 року, коли вона розпочала свою роботу в Україні. За цей час ми встигли багато. Ми допомогли підвищити професійний рівень сотень працівників НАБУ, організували спільно з НАБУ десятки заходів, серед яких масштабного рівня комунікаційні та адвокаційні кампанії, такі як Думкофест та Парк корупції. А також ми разом запустили електронну систему e-Case, яка ознаменувала цифровізацію кримінальних проваджень. Серед показників високої ефективності НАБУ є велика кількість проваджень, переданих до суду, ефективний економічний ефект від діяльності НАБУ, а також визнання громадянами України НАБУ найефективнішим антикорупційним органом. Звичайно, головна заслуга в цьому – робота самих працівників НАБУ, які є надзвичайно мотивованими та твердо налаштовані побороти корупцію в Україні. Зараз перед ними стоять нові виклики. Неупереджений та об'єктивний конкурс на керівника НАБУ матиме вирішальне значення у тому, як буде розвиватися доля інституції. Але ми в антикорупційній ініціативі ЄС готові пройти це випробування разом з НАБУ та підтримати їх інституційний розвиток у майбутньому. Зараз українці як ніколи об'єднані в необхідності перемогти російську агресію. Але боротьба триває на різних фронтах, зокрема на фронті боротьби з корупцією. Адже з кожним днем, чим ближче ми стаємо на крок до доброчесності, незалежності, верховенства права, подолання корупції, тим сильнішими ми стаємо за ворога. І у НАБУ у цьому процесі є одна із ключових ролей.
Celebrating anniversary, NABU's 7th anniversary isn't an easy and overly pleasant task these days. Nonetheless, NABU has come a long way and has achieved a lot. Chapeau. You have built and established an internationally recognized and highly reputed lege artis, anti-corruption authority, and you have made it a most dedicated national corruption buster. NABU is spearheading the fight against corruption in Ukraine, and it does so without fear and undue favor. In safeguarding and further expanding these achievements, 3 issues seem to be key. NABU recently developed and adopted a modern and comprehensive strategy for the years up to 2023 and beyond. It is a dedicated and inspiring piece of work, this strategy, yet also a piece that sets goals and benchmarks. At the extent possible, keep implementing that strategy, and may you receive all the resources and means, including financial resources, necessary to do so. 2. Ensure NABU's independence, in particular from any undue political interference. Independence is a conditio sine qua non for any anti-corruption authority globally, and it is for good reasons that it is enshrined also in Article 6 and 36 of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, UNCAC. 3. Fighting corruption isn't a sprint, it is rather a marathon. NABU is among their stakeholders, however, it's not the sole and exclusive sponsor to further drive the anti-corruption reform in Ukraine as soon as circumstances allow again. Keep pushing that agenda unwaveringly and steadfastly. In doing so, and in observing and furthering the aforementioned issues, NABU will be among the driving forces in rebuilding the country after the war. NABU has been a really strong and most committed institution from the start, and I am positive that you will accomplish that mission, that future mission as well.
Throughout the recent 5 years, the EU ACI has supported NABU in building its strategic and investigative capacities, providing IT solutions, strengthening its analytical skills, internal control, and communication with the general public. Embedded in NABU, I have worked hand in hand with the leadership and individual detectives. To me, they are real people with real names. I have seen their visionary ideas, wise leadership skills, intelligence, discipline, integrity, and creativity. I have witnessed NABU grow as an organization and as a group of strong personalities into a law enforcement body resistant to external pressures with a strong community system addressing its own internal challenges. Students who have come to an anti-corruption school built by NABU with our small contribution referred to the Bureau as a strong law enforcement body with a human face and a big heart. And I think this is their biggest achievement, along with its impressive statistics both in preventing and combating corruption, because it makes a historical shift. It creates hope that corruption can be and should be overcome. The success of a modern state built on the foundations of democracy, rule of law, and protection of human rights heavily relies on the immunity and strength of its government and non-governmental structures alike. Ukraine can be proud of having bodies like NABU to rely on, an anti-corruption body that is well known for its courage, openness, resilience, and integrity, the elements of DNA that we wish we had. Happy birthday, colleagues. Slava Ukraini.
Dear NABU colleagues, on behalf of IPAC ASEAN Network and the Lithuanian Special Investigation Service, let me congratulate you on 7th anniversary of NABU. Despite the war in Ukraine and all difficulties you have in your everyday duties, I understand that it's not the right time for celebration. But today we can talk about cooperation, about our relationship to make you feel not alone. You know that we have agreement of cooperation between our services, but agreement of cooperation without real steps is nothing. So today I am happy to know that and to emphasize that we did a lot of before. We had a lot of meetings, we had a lot of joint investigations, we had a lot of conferences, not only in Ukraine or Vilnius, but in different places around the world. Even we had sport games in Lithuania. And today I am happy that we had cooperation. Today I am happy to emphasize that we have cooperation, and I am sure that we will have cooperation in the future after your victory in this war.
Мені пощастило спостерігати, як ви виросли з маленької організації в потужну антикорупційну силу. І навіть я мав честь підтримувати ваш розвиток з боку Європейського Союзу. Особисто для мене ви є символом сильної, незалежної, процвітаючої України. Своєю принциповою, чесною роботою ви показали українцям та всьому світу, що в Україні можна перемогти корупцію і олігархію, що можна побудувати країну, де панує верховенство права і де творчі українці будують своє світле європейське майбутнє. І я не маю жодних сумнівів, що після перемоги України у цій страшній війні все це стане реальністю. Будьте впевнені, що ми будемо і надалі підтримувати вас всіми нашими силами. І на завершення хочу також привітати Артема Сергійовича з тим, що він був справді вражаючим директором НАБУ, що не здавався у навіть найважчі моменти. Своїм виданим служенням Україні та боротьбою з корупцією ви подали чудовий приклад усім майбутнім керівникам НАБУ. Ще раз, тепле вітання всім працівникам НАБУ. Пишайтеся тим, чого досягли за такий короткий період існування. Все буде добре. Все буде Україна. Слава Україні!